Hey everybody, got some new stand-up dates that I'm excited to tell you all about. On April 19th, I will be hosting High Desert Relief's 420 show at Launchpad. I'll be there alongside my friends, the Mango Cakes and the Rhythms. Very excited for that. April 25th, I will be at Revel Backstage. Myself and Trip Stilnecki will be taking each other on in the roast battles. And then on May 2nd, I'll be at the Guild Cinema featuring for Ben Roy. May 3rd, I'll be over at Unhinged Brewing. And then May 17th, I'll be up in Santa Fe at Knuckles Brewery. Then on May 27th, Austin, Texas, I will be at the Creek in the Cave for Lady Titty Tuesdays, their gong show. Super excited for that. Going out to Austin again. And then rounding out the month, I will be doing Don't Tell back here in Albuquerque on May 30th. All of the events that have ticket links will be in my bio on Instagram. Very excited to be all these shows. Hope to see you guys there. Celia Contreras, what's up?
Yes.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, I'm not day drinking at 6.
Hey, it's not day drinking. It's after 5.
That's fair.
Actually, I
I
think...
woke up at 3.
Yeah, that's called the life of a comic right there.
Yeah, no, we fucked up.
What happened?
Oh, no, I always drink a lot, but we were having good conversations around vodka and stuff. But it'd been a while since I had vodka. Because, one time my friend, we were on a podcast together, that, most podcasts.
There you go.
Actually, what episode are you on this?
This is gonna be 238.
Yeah, no, that's way more than most. Most people tap out after their 6th one. It's we're gonna do a podcast. It's we're gonna do it once a week. We're gonna be like Legions of Skanks. It's I got this. And then, commitments and shit happen. Or, they get overbooked or burned out. And I'm remember when you all 7 episodes of Blazing the Scene, John, that you started your 2nd year of comedy and quickly abandoned?
Yeah, that's why from the jump I was I want to do it with my friends first.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna have anybody. I had my friend out in. At the time he lived in LA, but now he's in Arizona. He helped me make graphics and templates. I have no idea how to fucking use Photoshop and all that stuff.
I don't know how to do that shit.
I'm trash at. I think it's insane that there's a subscription. It's a subscription service now. So you have to pay for it, and then to get proficient at it, there are college courses
to take
Adobe. It's fuck off. That's insane. But I had him help me out with graphics, and he showed me hey, if you're gonna do this long term, this is the stuff you should use for beginning stuff.
Yeah.
This is what, if you're gonna do it long term, this is what you should really invest in and figure all that stuff. I had some friends help me out with getting tech and all that. But I was as far as on a weekly, day-to-day basis, it's just gonna be me. I work best alone with this kind of stuff. I don't want to have to depend on another person to get edits back or to get co-hosting, and because I'll have friends come in and produce if we're doing a live episode or something like that. Okay. But again, few and far between.
I suck at the whole editing thing, but my friend, he's got a setup like this. So I did have my podcast. It's going to be on pause because I was doing it in Austin, and I'm going, is that whiskey?
Yeah. If you would like some, I can definitely get you some.
Yeah, you don't have to do it right now.
But you're
sorry.
But you were in Austin.
Yeah, so they have a great podcast. It's called The Birthday Boys, but I'm on their channel because JP, he's a beast. He has a great setup too, and he has all these cameras like you do, and I like the quality of it and everything, and we have the little lapel mics.
Oh, nice.
But he knows how to edit. He knows how to do all that shit. And they, put the lights up like this. Me, it's all all right, I'm going to do a podcast. We're going to do it off of my phone, so just talk loud.
Well, that's kind of
this open mic bar.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the beauty of it, is, if you really want to do one, you don't need... I'm very thankful for everything that I have. I'm very, very thankful. Very thankful. But, if you just want to do one, you have an iPhone and an internet connection... That's all you need. It's free to upload to Spotify.
Yeah.
Free to YouTube. You're good to go.
Nice.
That's all you need.
I do want to do one on my actual channel, though, because it is monetized.
Yeah, oh, nice. Good for you.
Like, there's 2 podcasts I want to do. And, like, one of my friends, like, immediately, it's like, I have 2 ideas for podcasts, but I was hoping you'd be on one of them, Shelby. And she's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And I'm like, it doesn't have shit to do with comedy, and you can drink. And she's like, I'm listening. It's like, I want to do a podcast about cryptids and mythical creatures and, like, ghost encounters.
Oh, nice.
But, like, it's like, what animal do you think's real? Like, there's that, and I want to do a podcast that, like, focuses on women in comedy and their contributions.
Yeah.
But it's funny, I was trying to think of a funny female comic, and my friend AV, she's like, no, I'm not doing that. It's like, why? It's like, support clams and comedy, you fucking bitch. And then, like, I'm like, fine then. So I call the next funniest female comic in Arizona after her, which is my friend Chase Harder. He's a gay man. And, like, I told him, it's like, Alice want to do this girl podcast with me, and I want a funny female. Will you be on it? And he just starts laughing at me. And he's like, I'll support women. And I'm like, see, you really are. It's like, you a real one.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by the amazing people over at Chop Chili. Guys, this is personally my favorite chili brand here in the state of New Mexico, and you can find them online at chopchilico.com. You can also find them all across the state of New Mexico at Sprouts, Albertsons, Smith's, and a bunch of other stores in Albuquerque, Santa Fe, Las Cruces. I believe they're even down in El Paso now. They sell red and green chili, of course. My personal favorite is this blend of red and green, and they also sell online frozen bags of green chili. So again, go to chopchilico.com to get yourself some amazing chili today. Now back to the podcast. Is Arizona the destination you're getting out to right now?
Yeah, I'm going to chill, like, return to my terrarium or whatever. Well, I'm originally from Flagstaff, Arizona, so like I like cold weather and mountains, and it was cool because Eunice, she took me into the mountains. It was funny because she's like, we can just cruise so you can see stuff, but we go and then like says something about a cave and stuff, but like we're on there and she's like, I'm not gonna kill you or anything, and I'm like, I didn't think you were until you said that.
Yeah, you know who says that? People who kill people in the mountains.
Yeah, but me and her had great conversations the whole time. We were talking about eating pussy. And shit, what else were we talking about? No, she's like, yeah, no, like, because she said something like she dated this girl whose pussy tasted like cinnamon because she drank chai tea all the time.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm all like, next time I'm in a female relationship, I'm buying that bitch chai lattes every day. It's like, I want to lick a cinnamon cake.
That's a really awkward version of the cinnamon challenge. You're right. Clean for a wee bit. But so this is your second time in New Mexico.
I think my sister got married out here.
Okay.
And let's see, there was that.
What are you thinking about comedy here so far? You've been here for a few days, but what are you thinking?
I'm actually pretty impressed with a lot of people. Like, it's like every scene where it's all like, okay, this is the guy that nobody laughs at. I don't know his name, and I'm not naming names yet. He pissed me off, maybe.
Yeah.
But there's the like people, like the cool kids who sit together. There are like the little cliques in every comedy scene.
Yeah.
But you can tell like who's sitting where. It's like, I don't think these motherfuckers like each other.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around. But then you ended up doing, you did the block on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I heard that went amazing.
It went really well.
So good shit. That's a pretty fun room. We, originally when...
I made a girl do a spit take. I was proud of that.
There you go. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, because when the guy that produces that show is a homie of mine, AJ, when he originally got approached to do that, we were doing that show in the outdoor, like that big stages out there.
Yeah.
And then it got colder. Thank God they had because like, I think we did our last show there like beginning-ish, maybe the middle of November.
Yeah, we did it upstairs.
Yeah, and it was getting a little chilly, and we had like maybe 50, 60 people out there, and they're sitting next to like, they had these little like fire pits.
The little fires.
Yeah, and they were sitting there just like, fuck, can we go inside? And then so they finally put us up there, and I love it up in that little bar area.
Now I want to start a fire. Like, no, there's just something about sitting around a fire, like just smoking weed and cigarettes.
Yeah.
And drinking beer. And also, I just love starting fires. That sounds bad. I was in Girl Scouts.
This place was made in the 70s. It's very flammable.
Yeah. Like, I low-key, I know this sounds insane, but I do think it would be fun, like, an abandoned building or something. Like, just make a whole bunch of little explosives. Like, I just want to blow something up.
I think that's a
Like, make sure everybody's safe, you know?
Yeah, I think that's like a human
Or, like,
impulse.
set something that's like, I want to throw a Molotov cocktail at an abandoned building.
Yeah. Well, don't they do that? Isn't that a part of 8 Mile? Where they walk by the abandoned building, they just throw a Molotov at it, or they throw like...
Shit, you're right.
Right, and they throw something at it. Am I right about that?
No, I forgot about that.
They had a whole party when they did it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and we have Tyler off camera. Thank you for giving her a ride.
Yeah, thank
You're a
you,
good
Dad.
man, a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you very much. But yeah, I think from the moment that the first caveman figured out how to make a fire, it's like, oh, we need to do this to everything everywhere.
It's like, hey, you remember that tree that Greg fell out of yesterday?
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
How do you? Because I'm curious. Because how long have you been doing stand up again?
It's gonna be 9 years in May.
Good stuff. So when you're doing a room like, at least this is my impression, when you're doing a room like the Block, every time that I've done it, it seems that like you can get by on material, but they really want to be like a part of the show. Like they want to get spoken to. They want to get crowd worked, all that shit.
That place, I did get those vibes, yeah.
How do you approach a room like that?
So my jokes, like, they kind of like, I have my material. Like, sometimes I'll talk to people, but like most of the time, like, I don't give them the space to like talk, or they will talk, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's see what's happening over here. But it does, like, I do get nervous, like, doing crowd work and stuff. So that's why, like, people think it's like, oh, you're a great writer and stuff. It's like, yeah, that's because I don't want to talk to people.
Same. No, I'm the same exact way. Crowd work
It's like,
scares.
it's my set, not yours. Just,
Yeah. Look at all these beautifully crafted jokes that I've worked so long on. Please love them. That's like in the back of my
There's
head.
that, and like, I like crowd work, and I respect the shit out of comics who do crowd work. And like, I wish I could do it better. Like, I'll still do it sometimes. And I'm like, I've gotten better at hosting because of it, and I didn't want to host for the longest time. And I'm like, I got to maintain the energy of the room. It's like, this isn't about me. I need to make sure the next comic's ready. Like, I get a hair up my ass. And I'm like, okay. It's all like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have this. You're going to be ready. And I'll like text them or find them. It's like, hey, you're up after her. It's like, she has 5 minutes left. And then like, I'd get so mad too, because me and Trish Smart did a female show at Shakespeare's for a while, which ended up changing hands. Like, I got sad and stuff. Like, I get depression because I have bipolar disorder. So I'll just get sad for no fucking reason. But, like, I was helping book, and I was, like, mostly hosting the show. But, like, I know I snapped at, like, one comic because, like, she kept trying to talk to me. I already booked her for the show, and I was telling her about the show all day yesterday. But she's one of those people who you talk to, but she doesn't listen to you. I won't name her, mostly because I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Just kidding, no. No, but I feel bad because that bitch was pissing me off because she comes up and she keeps trying to have a conversation with me while I'm, like, focusing, and I'm like, okay, is this bitch walking anybody? Or, like, I'll change the lineup. It's like, hey, I'm going to have you go up next, and, like, organizing it because, like, have the weaker comics in between the stronger comics, so, like, it's a consistent, like, there's just so much more into hosting that I never fucking thought about. And it's like, these people need to be ready. It's all like, if her shit's not going to work well, it's like, hers probably isn't going to go great either because they're kind of in the same lane. But, like, I don't want, like, 3 people bombing in a row. It's like, okay, we're going to move this comic over here, bring up the energy of the room. Or you as the host have to bring up the energy of the room. And also, it is kind of harder. Like, I think, I don't speak for everybody, but I do think it's harder to bring up the energy of the room if you're a dark comic and the audience doesn't like that.
Oh, yeah.
Then I have to switch it up.
Well, that's why, like, because I did my first, like, we used to have a comedy. It literally just closed down, like, maybe a month or so, maybe 3 weeks ago. It's called Dry Heat. That was my first club that I did, and I did it last year. And I was right before the headliner. I remember getting done, and I was like, I feel like there's more to this. Like, there's more things that happen to putting on a show than just getting up and doing stand-up. I think I want to get good at hosting. Because everyone says that's, like, the hardest fucking thing to do. I want to do hosting. And so I've been hosting a lot of shows since. And yeah, and because my
hosts get paid, too.
Say it again.
Hosts get paid, and it, like, normally leads to feature work. And
Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, well, and I've ran into that same thing where, like, having to bring the room back up either after comic eats a dick, or if my opening set just fucking bombs, because there are some rooms that want not so dark material, and a lot of my stuff is like a joke. It's got some legs right now, but one that I'm consistently working on is it's based inside of a larger bit about Christianity, but it's all about suicide.
Nice.
And people are like, fuck, I don't know if I want to hear that right now. So trying to like,
yeah, like navigate and like
yeah.
Being a political comic, like I imagine that's a nightmare, like hosting and stuff.
It can be like it worked in my favor one time when I did, because we have a bigger club out in Bernalillo. It's called Casaba's, and it's inside a casino out there. And when I got booked out there, it was the first weekend after the election.
Yeah.
And at the time, out of like the consistently good 10 to 12 minutes that I had, about 5 of that was political stuff. I was like, oh, well, this is the time to do it. And they're going to, and hopefully they're going to, that was fucking righteous.
It was. And I'm like, yes, that was me for the record. I don't apologize. Like, I was trying to, like, keep it in. And I'm like, he said, like, just a fistful away. They're not going to hear it. And it just automatically burned.
That was fucking righteous. Good for you.
The neighbors heard that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was like, okay.
We were just thinking dinosaur walked in the room.
Because I really do have a sharp disdain for both parties. So I try to like.
I do too.
Make fun of both as much as I can, and
it was so much easier to make fun of Trump though.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was, but I had some good shit on Biden too, and
Biden was easy, but like I had trouble. Like I know I wrote one joke before it was the Hillary and Trump election.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, I think Hillary couldn't destroy the country too. The only difference is when she does, it'll be on purpose. Yeah. So I love that joke, but like I killed like one night with that material, and the next day ate the biggest bag of ticks because I did the material at a Republican bar, and they weren't laughing. It's like, maybe don't joke about politics a week before the election.
Yeah, you gotta wait. Yeah, that's when it's like at its
and also,
peak.
I don't know shit. I know I'm fucking dumb. Like I'm smart about some things, but like if you need to know the proper way on how to cut yourself, I got you. I got jokes about that too. It's all like, you need to know where to get cocaine. I'll tell you. It's like, if you're out of town, also, just pro tip for anybody. If you're ever looking for weed in a city and it's not legal, just go to any Denny's or IHOP and ask to talk to the line cook and or dishwasher.
Yeah, they definitely have it.
Yeah, and I did that one time, like my friends, and I'm like, I got an idea. Actually, I think that was here in New Mexico that happened. But we stopped, and I'm like, it's like, we need weed? It's like, yeah. And, like, I walk in, I'm like, hi, can I talk to, like, do you have the dishwasher or a line cook I could speak to real quick? And, like, you don't want to talk to the manager? And I'm like, no. I'd like to speak to them. It's like, do you know them? No. and this guy comes up, and sure enough, he has the face tattoos and shit. These guys, like, new baby mama's name written on his neck. It's like Angelica or whatever. He walks up, he's like, so full? I'm like, hi, we're from out of town. We just changed the tire and stuff, but these assholes want weed. Do you know where I can get some? He's like, yeah, I got you. How much you need? And it's like, how much for an eighth? And like, everybody's just looking at me like I'm crazy for doing this. But like, also one of my friends, who the fuck was I with? It wasn't a comic trip. My friend was like, this is fucking nuts. And I'm like, no. It's like, if you want good drugs, you talk to back of house.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you want meth, go to a Wendy's and or Waffle House. If you want cocaine, pretty much any McDonald's. But then you talk to the manager. But normally they buy it from the line cook. It's all like, how come Jorge still works here? He shit at his job. It's like, yeah, that's weird. We at McDonald's believe in giving people opportunities. It's like, do you have a cold? It's like, no. I find out later, and I'm like, yo, that all those times you were sniffing, doing the, like, mochos thing? Yeah. Were you just doing coke at work? Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, I didn't know.
Yeah, I worked in restaurants for about 7, almost 8 years, and I'm very surprised looking back that I didn't come out of it with a bad cocaine habit. Because there was a lot of skiing in the walk-in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
So a lot of nailing in the walk-in at the Denny's I worked at. And I'm like, am I the only one not having sex in the fridge? It's like, go outside where it's warm.
Did you ever watch that show? It used to be on Spike, but I don't even know if Spike is still around. But it was called 1,000 Ways to Die. You ever see that show?
I think I might have.
Fucking, so there's this
Wasn't it like the same line, kind of like world's stupidest criminals and shit like that?
Yeah, exactly.
It was that kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's exactly what it sounds like. It was just showcasing crazy ways people died. And this guy, he was working at a restaurant and he ended up hooking up with the owner's daughter. And the owner gets pissed, locks him in the walk-in overnight, come back, and he's just frozen solid. And they had this guy come in. He's like doing the science. Like, yeah, it took this dude probably a good 8 hours to die, and he didn't feel the last like 2 of it.
Yeah,
it's like, damn, that fucking sucks.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was worth it.
It's like the weirdest way. No, there's that, and there's a book called Death of the Grand Canyon, and there was like this model who kind of fell down part of the way, and they told her to tie the rope around herself, and this dumb bitch tied it around her tank top.
Oh my god!
So they start pulling her up. And then the tank top comes up, and she falls down to her death, fucking just in her bra and shorts.
Oh,
it just looks like somebody pushed the fucking bitch from Dukes of Hazzard over the thing. It's all like, oh damn. But she was a model, and she's like, okay. So she tied the ropes here and here, and it's like, oh. But so many people and tourists have died at the Grand Canyons for stupid reasons. It's like, yeah, don't go past this fucking line.
Yeah, I've never been to the Grand Canyon, but don't they have like guardrails or something?
They do, but people are dumb and kids are dumb. And people apparently don't watch their kids anymore. Like, dude, I have no sympathy for that.
No.
Like the kid who fell in the gorilla cage, and I'm like, you should have just let him die. It's like, that gorilla didn't hurt no damn buddy.
But it's like the kids that get snatched up in Florida by the alligators.
Yeah.
Like Disney World or some
shit. No,
that
dude. I remember somebody made a meme about it because it was like right after the Harambe thing, the kid who got eaten at Disneyland. It was like 2 weeks later. It's like, did everybody just decided to act retarded at the zoo this weekend? But that's the other thing. So there was this show, me and my mom and my family, like, we were addicted to. This was like kind of our Kill Tony. But it was a show on Animal Planet called Wild, Uncut, and Untamed. And it was mostly just white people being interviewed after they got attacked by animals. And 95% of the time, it was their dumb motherfucker's fault. But it's like, and it'll be like Tiger King-like people too. There's just like this fat woman missing an arm. And she's all like, yeah, well, as she says, it's like nobody could have foreseen what happened at the Cincinnati Zoo that day. And it's like, is this about the arm? And you're like, it's probably about the arm. She's like, yeah, this is big. And they'll show pictures, like, it'll lead up to it, but every time we get pissed off, because it starts off, it's like, yeah, we couldn't have foreseen this. Then the bitch goes into the story. It's all like, well, I went past that chain thing that says, like, I wanted a picture of the grizzly bear. So I went underneath that, like, you know, those shitty, like, ones where it's just like a chain and there's a sign in the middle. It's like, do not cross. So she goes past that. And then she goes past the chain link fence that's like 7 feet. And that one has more broadly, like, these size posters. It's like, yeah, turn around, stay the fuck away from the bears. Like, it says it nicely. It's like, for your safety and for the enjoyment and pleasure of, like, it'll say all that shit. And she's like, well, I didn't think the grizzly bear could reach me from there. And I was still trying to get my picture. So I went past the other fence. And then the grizzly bear is like, has the like bar thing or whatever. But she's like about 3 feet away from a grizzly bear. And apparently that's close enough for a grizzly bear to reach through the bar. Like, she was going like this. Grizzly bear just grabbed her arm and mauled it.
Fuck
and like,
that.
And there's like videos of her family watching her be stupid. And they have footage of it. And it'll show, like, you'll just see her. It's all like, yeah, she's still wearing that same Disneyland fanny pack too. But you see her and she's like, oh my God, oh my God. And she's like, nobody. And the husband is like, yeah, I'd never in my wildest dreams imagine that this could happen to the woman I'm married to. And it's like, you've been married 15 years and you didn't know she was a dumb bitch?
I was going to say, you married her, dumbass. And she had retarded tendencies.
Yeah, and then there's like, some of it, like, the kids will be there. And it's all like, yeah, Mom used to have 2 arms. But, and then it's like, the grizzly bear, do we talk about it, Mom? But they're interviewing the whole family. It's like, you crossed 3. No, this bothers me. You crossed 3 fucking signs.
No, you've earned it.
Yeah. Or like the kids, or like there's that. It's like 95% white people on the show. It's always the white people.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I don't know why, but after that, 4% is Asian people. followed by black people, like African people. Like, granted, there was a case where these two guys got fucked up by a bottlenose dolphin because they were pouring beer in its blowhole and shit and fucking with it. They were being mean.
You know what? Good.
Yeah. And those guys deserve to die.
Yeah, good.
But, like, when they're talking about it, I just get, like, just sitting there. It's like, yeah, I've never seen, like, white people. It's like, I hear gunshots. I'm going to go investigate. Not all white people, but still, it's all like, wait, I've trained for this moment. Whereas everybody else is like, yeah, we should get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, maybe don't go find the problem. That is also an option.
Yeah, then I'll have my little skittish white friends. The fireworks will go off in a bad neighborhood. And they're like, oh my God, is that a gunshot? It's like, no, it's just fireworks. How can you tell? And I'm like, wait for it.
It's the 4th of July,
Yeah.
Susan. That's why.
No, like, dude, my people will just, like, fucking buy fireworks for funsies.
Well, it was funny because, like, maybe about a month and a half ago, about maybe, I don't know, like 150 meters-ish, like that way, there was, like, automatic gunfire that went off, and I was like, oh, shit, well, that sucks. And I walk out of the house, and just everybody in, like, their condos in the apartment complex, they're all standing outside of their house with their guns, just waiting to see what was going on. It's like, fuck, yeah, this neighborhood is strapped, son. That's exactly what you're looking for.
I lived in, I don't know how familiar you are with Arizona.
Not very.
Okay, well, there's certain, like our Badland versions or whatever, like, where all the tweakers and crazy people are. Like, people have jokes, it's called Apache Junction. There's that in Buckeye. But I lived in East Mesa, which I was, like, literally 1 block away from Apache Junction. So, like, I was in the outskirts of the ghetto shit. Yeah. Like, that's a place where you see a man walking with a shotgun and half a bicycle. And he'll ask you for $1. And it's like, are you going to shoot me if I don't give it to you? It's like, no. No, you can't have a fucking $1. It's like, well, what if I say I'm going to shoot you? I have to ask, can you afford bullets? Yeah. It's all like, did you just find that gun? Is it, like, you seem like somebody who'd fire off all the rounds, and why are you walking around with half a bicycle?
Yeah, that's the war zone here. That's the, yes, that's 110% the war zone here. It looks like the fucking Walking Dead down there.
Dude, it is like just people staring at the sun. Oh, there's a dude who actually tried to steal a bicycle from, it was my bicycle, and this was like when I broke my foot. Or, yeah, it was when I had my broken foot. And my neighbor, who's like our neighbor, I was staying with my friend Josh, but across the street, I forget this dude's name, but he was awesome. This dude loaded a potato gun full of candy, and he would fire it off. It's like, he'd be like, he was just sitting on his porch, it's like, hey kids, you want candy? It's like, stay right there, don't step too close. And then he'd fire off the candy and it'll land at their feet so they wouldn't have to step that far onto his property. I love that man. Yeah. But he comes over, he's like, hey, do you have a blue bicycle in your backyard? Because I just saw a tweaker walking out. And I'm like, yeah, that's mine, shit. And I was resting my foot, so I'm like trying to put my boot on. He's like, I got you. But this motherfucker jumps over a white big truck, like, kind of lifted tires, like, level high. But he fucking dukes the hazards it across. I don't want to keep bringing that show up. But, like, he slides across, like, he doesn't, like, his truck, the front of the truck, but he just, like, jumps up, slides across. And this is, like, a 50-year-old man with long, like, rocker hair and stuff. Like, he looks like he could have been a member of Leonard Skinner or ZZ Top.
Yeah, no, he's done this before. Yeah.
Yeah, but he does that, slides across, and gets in the car and drives off. And, like, by the time I get my boot on, I start coming back, and there he is. And I'm like, oh, he probably lost him. And he's like, I got your bike. Get in. I want to show you the fucker. And I'm like, we don't have to do that. It's like, the bike's in the car. We don't need it. He's like, no, so you know him. I want him to look you in the eyes when he tells you what he did. Like, well, I already got my boot on, and I love car rides. So I get in the car, and the first thing, like, once I get in the car, right, chilling there is a gun on the console. And, like, I get in, and, like, I did see it, but he points, like, gun's there if you need it. And I'm like, what's going on that I would need the gun, too? And I'm like, and I'm not good with a handgun. And I'm like, wouldn't it be better if you shot it? And he's like, well, I got my other one right here. And he pulls out from behind. But, and then it gets better because, like, we find the guy again, and this dude's wearing a shirt that says NASA on it. The one who stole my bike. And I'm like, he just wants to travel. But he's looking directly into the sun like that. It's like, I don't know if the son talks to him, but he was like, just looking up, it's like, I'm going to get up there. He might have stole the bike for parts for his rocket ship. I don't know his life. But, like, we stopped, and he's like, hey, this is the girl whose bike you tried to steal. And I'm like, why'd you steal my bike, asshole? He's like, I wanted a bike. I saw it. I'm a thief. What do you want from me? Like, okay. What?
So why are you going back to Arizona?
Yeah. Those are my people.
Fair enough. Hey, you know what? Fair enough.
No, you don't have good stories about living in a gated community.
Oh, this is not a gated community.
I saw a gate. Just kidding.
Yeah, no.
I don't know, like, not you, but, like, I mean,
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, it's like, you're not gonna have good stories unless it's, like, Desperate Housewives shit, like.
I wish I lived in a gated community in this fucking city. Jesus Christ. But even then, the gated communities aren't even safe.
Yeah, now there's one gated one gated apartment, like, it was locked up all the time, but a police helicopter would be there, like, once a month.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it doesn't seem that bad. Like, I'm used to that level of crazy, too. And I come from alcoholics and meth heads. But, so back to this guy, like, the dude, like, the guy who's driving. Is his name Casey? I forget his name. But he's like, you want me to shoot him? And I'm like, I'm thinking about it. And the guy looks at me and it's like, you wouldn't shoot me. And I'm like, I probably wouldn't, but he seems pretty down. So he just looks at us and looks up at the sun one more time and then runs like he was charging him. But he starts running and the dude, he's like, I'm not really going to shoot him, but I'm going to scare him a little. So he starts driving after him and this guy starts booking it and like homie takes his gun and shoots it out of the car. He like just pops it off a couple times. It's like, hey, everybody listen. And he's like honking the horn with the gun too. It's all like, this man was steal from a little girl, my daughter. He tried to steal my daughter's bicycle. Jesus. He's just yelling all this crazy. And I'm just like, damn. And the dude's running away. He's like, he's trying to kill me. It's like, that's what you get from stealing from children, little girls. And I'm like, I'm neither little, I am a girl, but like, he's like, don't worry. And he's all like, hide your bicycles. And then we go back and he's like, well, I think he'll think twice before he does it again. Then I run into that tweaker later that day. He's like, hey, ma'am, can I have $2? And I'm like, motherfucker, you stole my bike earlier. You got it back.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, yeah, no. And then my other friend, Josh, or the one I was living with, he has a gun. And he's like, hey, was that fucker who stole your bike? It's like, oh, hell yeah. And he gets on his bike, puts his Glock in his front, and he's just wearing bike shorts. Or not bike shorts, basketball shorts. But he puts it there, and he's like, I'm going to teach him a lesson. I'm like, that already happened. It's like, we were literally, like, there was a gun involved and everything. He's like, well, now there's another gun involved. Fucking steal from my property. It was my bike. And I'm like, I didn't even write it.
Yeah, I think your community just wants to shoot people.
Yeah.
They want to find reasons.
No, I will say one time I did fire off a gun at a family event. Like, I fired in there because everybody was, like, fighting. And I'm like, Russell, you got your strap? And he's like, yeah. He's like, why? And he's like, you can shoot somebody? It's like, no. But, like, everybody's, like, about to, like, it's just, like, a fist fight. So many fucking altercations in my family. But, like, I get mad and I shoot the gun in the air. It's like, you're all acting like fucking animals. It's like, what's the matter with you? Behave! You go over there. You go over there. You're on timeout. And I handed my brother the gun back and sat down next to him. Good times.
Jesus Christ, I can't imagine why you're a comic.
Yeah.
Fun fact is, I, like, rarely talk about both those instances. And people's like, do you talk about that on stage? It's like, I don't think it was that. It's just a story. It's
That's
like,
fucking funny.
but, like, no, I've broken up a homeless orgy in my living room, and that was in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Why are you letting why are homeless people breaking into your house so easily?
Well, first of all, one of the homeless people was married to my mom.
Oh,
And he brought them over while she was out running errands or working. When I come back from my martial arts class, and at first, like, again, it's a homeless orgy, so, like, I smelled it before I saw it.
yeah, 100%.
And they had the door wide open, and we're, like, on the bottom floor. Right? But, like, yeah, you know, just the smell of, like, somebody who worked construction all day and just got fucking digged down. Like, you could smell it, and, like, there were, like, dude, those greasy, like, black footprints and, like, handprints all over the couch and stuff.
Oh.
But at first, I didn't know what I was looking at. I just saw a lot of arms and legs. But no, there's a fuck pile on where my couch was supposed to be, and I'm like, what the? And like my brain's processing it. I just came back from like, because my martial arts studio was across the street at the time, but I just came back to drink some orange juice and grab my sword because I forgot my sword. And it's the same sword that I have over at his house. It's like just a wooden practice one, but like I see them and then it processes, and then like I just turn Mexican, and I'm like, hey, stop that, no. And like I grabbed the broom though, and I just start hitting them with it, and I'm like, get out of my house, get out, out. And I'm like hitting them, and it's a weird sex pile, and I'm like, you take your dirty ass clothes with you. But that was the other thing. Like I flipped the broom around and used the handle stick part, and I started using it to pry them off of each other like a crowbar. So once they're like, what's going on? I'm like, get the fuck out of my house. And they're like, scatter, boys. And like they run off, and I'm like throwing their nasty ass shoes and stuff out. And because like half of them ran out naked. It's like, what about it? It's like, can we get dressed? I'm like, get fucking out. And they're like, we're gonna dress outside. And I'm like, you're fucking in. But while this is happening, turns out my stepdad was also stark-ass naked and was just taking a little breather because he was a meth head. And my mom, she's like, why does my house smell like sex? And I'm like, because Brian was fucking 10 of his guys. Brian's not gay. He wouldn't have married me if he was gay.
So it was only dudes?
Yeah, it was all dudes.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I thought I led the whole...
Not only are they homeless, they're sinners.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Yeah, but apparently that is a good rule, though. It's all like, that doesn't count, I was on meth. It's all like, you sucked my dick, bro. It's like, I was on meth. It's like, that is a fair argument for not being gay but sucking a dick. Or it's like, I tried it once. But it's all like, dude, you used to suck dick for a living. It's like, yeah, for meth. It's like, you can't argue with that. But, no, so all that happened, and then Brian comes out stark-ass naked after I chase everybody out. I'm standing over the broom, and I'm all winded and shit, because I just chased out 10 people from my house. And I was yelling. And he comes out, he's like, oh, hi, Celia. Celia. Where are my friends? Did my friends leave? Yeah, Brian, they left. Okay, I was just taking a nap, and I'm like, put your fucking clothes on.
Jesus Christ. How old were you at this point?
I think I was about 16.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Why did you have okay, I don't want to drop the wooden sword thing. What was, why a wooden sword?
Oh, because that's what you practice with.
What was the martial art you were practicing?
Well, I mostly did Hapkido, some jiu-jitsu, but, like a boken, katana.
Oh, no
So that was
shit.
my favorite weapon. We had a weapons class. I like that and eskrima sticks. I used to be okay with nunchucks, but meh. And I had a size, I had metal fans, stuff like that. But my favorite weapon's the sword.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm pretty handy with it.
Jesus, it's like a fucking Mortal Kombat roster rolled into one person.
Yeah, no, me and my brother used to fight all the time, and then I started doing martial arts, and I started showing him the stuff I know how to do. But he'd be all like, fuck you, and now I'd know throws and stuff, and I'm like, and I'm like, come at me, bro. It's like, what, you want to fight now? It's like, remember when you used to beat the shit out of me? Let's go.
Now I have swords.
And I was like, I could still fight you, I just don't want to. And then he turned to my mom. He's like, I'm pretty sure she can kick my ass. And I'm like, yeah, she's scary.
So, what the fuck? What the fuck? You've lived a crazy life, dude.
Well, Batman was one of the other, my favorite things, and I wanted to be like Batman too. And I'm like, I want to be Batman or a stand-up comic or a knight. A knight would be cool. But,
Well, after the advent of guns, knights kind of got put out of business, I think. Unless you go one of those.
I wanted to go back. It's like, if you're gonna kill a man, I just think drones and guns are kind of like pussy shit. If you're gonna take a man's life, look him in the eyes while you do it.
I am a big proponent of
Smell him shit himself as he dies.
Drones should be against the Geneva Convention.
Yeah.
That is just I've also watched way too much footage of the Ukrainian war.
I haven't watched any. I just know there's that cat who went into battle with them.
Oh, I don't know about. I'm sure there's a lot of cats over in the trenches, but
yeah.
'cause that was a big thing in World War II as well. But yeah, I've just watched a lot of footage of drones getting dropped on dudes, and it's like, fuck, that is a horror, and it doesn't always kill them either.
It's that's give the man a chance. I get it's efficient or whatever, but
nah, fuck yeah, that's no, that's just a horrible way to go out.
Yeah, no, if I'm gonna go, if somebody, if I'm gonna kill somebody, I want it to be personal. it's got to be a stabbing or me strangling them or something.
There's a really good...
Like, maybe a regular gun, but I'm not going to sit across 2 miles away with a fucking bazooka. I want to die with honor.
There's a really good book on that. I think it's called On Killing. Yeah, it's called On Killing. It's by a guy named, I think his name is like Colonel Grossman or something like that, some retired guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, he talks about the psychology of killing during warfare and about how the closer it gets, obviously the more it affects the person, and how there's decent documentation in every major war going back to like the Civil War, where even if they're just shooting at each other, maybe like 30 feet away, 50 feet away, a lot of these guys that were trying to shoot people, they would like shoot like either like above their heads or like above to the right on both sides. They didn't want to deal with the guilt of killing another person.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Killing people's serious.
Yeah.
Like you can't rape somebody from a distance. Like,
I don't know where the fuck that came from.
I know, but I was just thinking it's like that's pretty personal too when you think about it. But like that person, like, again, I've never killed anybody, but like I'll think fondly back of like people whose like asses I've kicked. I'm like, I feel really bad that happened. That was a good fight. It was a good fight. But like the people you kill, like from what I'm told, it's like they stay with you and shit, and you have.
I'm sure.
Yeah, and I think like on an energy level too, that's a thing. Like, yeah, there's just like little dead ghosts sitting on your shoulder. Like I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Stardust.
No.
But when all the brothers die, they follow the other brothers.
Well, actually, maybe.
Robert De Niro plays a whoopsie captain. Like, it was weird seeing Robert De Niro in a dress. And, like, him being gay, but it was adorable.
No, I haven't seen this movie, but I've heard of it.
It's a solid... I actually liked that better than the book. But, yeah, when all the brothers die, like, you see, like, how some of them died, but it was 7 brothers, and they were all killing each other.
Oh, shit.
And, like, the father is like, this is quite unusual. It's like, I killed all my brothers long before. It's like, so whoever brings back the necklace. Like, on his deathbed, he's like, yeah, y'all need to kill each other.
Jesus
but
Christ.
All the brothers are just ghosts following the other brothers around. Because they're stuck in, like, this weird purgatory until the new king is crowned. And they're like, wait, it's all... You see the brother who, like, fell to his death. And he's like, his face is smushed. It's like, what happened? And it's all like... And he's like, wait. It's like, I'm king? And it's like, no. And he sees... It's like, wait. It's like, I thought you were dead. It's like, you're alive? It's like, no.
I don't know why, but that just immediately... You've seen Step Brothers, obviously, right?
No, they're real brothers. Like, they're all actual...
No, I'm saying when he's burying the guy,
Yeah.
he's like, you're dead? I thought you were alive. He's like, you're burying me. You'll wake the neighbors. And he just burying his ass.
I forgot about that.
That was such a great movie. I am curious, though. What got you into... I'm very curious of asking... Obviously, all the comedians that I have in here, but like, what got you into doing stand-up?
Well, I actually did want to do it when I was little. Like, I fell in love with, like, watching it. Like, I remember just had an ugly night before. My dad could be a mean drunk and abused alcohol and stuff. But you'd always feel bad the next day. But he went to Hollywood Video. And he came back with George Lopez, Why Are You Crying? And he's like, I thought we could all watch this together. And we all sat down and were watching it. And, like, I remember watching that with him, and I guess I used to watch stand-up with him when I was, like, a baby and stuff. But mine and my dad's shit was Walker, Texas Ranger, boxing, and stand-up comedy. But, like, that was our thing mostly, because, like, my mom did like stand-up, and she did like to laugh, but she said women weren't funny. And because they told her, I'm like, I want to do that. It's like, honey, you can do anything you want in this world. Be president of the United States. Just make sure you're a wife and mother first. But, Mija, you can't do that. Women aren't funny. You can be an actress. And it's like, she's like, you can be an actress or a singer. And I'm like, I can't do that. And there would be funny, like, and it bothers me because she did love Roseanne. Like, she loved her and she liked
Funny
Maria
how
Bamford.
that came full circle. I want to get
Yeah.
to that later, but funny
Right.
how that came circle.
But, like, and I'd watch stand-up even after my dad left because I was obsessed with it. Like, I'd just be on Comedy Central. That was my channel.
Yeah.
And my sister's, I think, was TNT or whatever Buffy the Vampire Slayer was on.
Yeah.
And then my brother was Cartoon Network because Dragon Ball Z. But, no, I'd be sitting there and just watching all the stand-up with my dad. And, like, yeah, no, he got me into Richard Pryor, Charlie Hill, Carlin, the blue-collar comedy guys, like, everybody in my family actually really liked. And then, like, he'd show me other comics like Eddie Murphy. My mom liked Eddie Murphy. But what makes me laugh is my mom's favorite stand-up special was Bill Cosby as himself. And that bitch was always like, she'd, like, see pedophiles everywhere. And she's like, I'm pretty sure he touches kids. Or I think he's a rapist. And, like, she liked Jared. Like, she called it for Jared. But, like, when the Bill Cosby thing happened, I'm like, that didn't go out the way you thought it would, did it, Mom? And I'm like, what happened to your rape daughter or whatever you did? Because my mom thought she was psychic, too. Like, I love my mom, but she was nuts. But, yeah, no, it was after my mom died. Like, both my parents are deceased. But, so about... Oh, and my mom would tell me I was funny all the time. She's like, you're so funny. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I need my own sitcom. And I'd always say that. And, like, my mom was hilarious, too. She's, like, one of the funniest people I know. She'd say the craziest shit. Like, I remember one time she's like, he's just fucking mad because he hasn't seen his dick in 3 years. It's like, tell that Peter Griffin motherfucker. So, like, she's talking about her boss. Just losing her shit. Or, like, one time she was going to the store. She's like, you guys need anything? And my brother was like, yeah, big old box of condoms. And she's like, ¿Por qué? Your hand can't get pregnant. Like, she'd always say funny shit all the time. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm a riot. And, yeah, no, so both my parents were dead when I started doing stand-up. I don't think she'd approve of some of the things that I'm saying about our family, mostly. Because she was obsessed with him, and she's like, I don't want people thinking I'm a shitty mother. And, like, I do have a joke about that, too. It's all like, I can say this shit now that she's dead, because when my mom was alive, nobody disrespected her. Except for the men who fucked her. God. And everybody would be like, damn. And I'm like, that was her role, not mine. Why are you getting mad at me? Because it was accurate. Because, like, if you, like, embarrass my mom or anything, you're getting your ass beat. And not a regular ass beating. She's either going to use the chancla or she's going to fucking hit you. Like, one time she beat my ass with an extension cord. There were marks. Like, she hit me with, like, she had a big-ass belt buckle that said Teresa on it in turquoise. And she hit me so hard that it said there on my ass for 2 weeks. And then, like, I'd be at school and I wouldn't want to sit down. It's like, Celia was disbehaving. And guess what? I got my ass kicked. Or people, it's like, oh, what happened to your arm right there? I fell. Because that's what happens. You fell. Or, yeah.
Yeah. No, like I remember those days from my dad's side of the family. I remember all that.
Yeah, but, no, I did have another depressive episode, and I started, like, watching a lot of stand-up comedy again. And I was working at McDonald's, and I'd, like, either just watch stand-up comedy to cheer myself up. It's like, this helps. This makes me feel less sad and less alone. But, like, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I kind of want to try it. And, like, I said it to one of my friends, and I'm like, I was thinking about trying stand-up comedy, but I don't know how to do it. And my friend turns to me. It's like, my friend runs the comedy open mic in Flagstaff, which is one open mic every 2 weeks.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, the second and fourth Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think they have, like, 3 now. But back then, it was me and Tenju, so everybody got to do as much time as they wanted. And people liked me, because it was a supportive audience and crowd, but I go up, and I'm like, one, I'm scared, and I don't even go willingly by myself. I just mentioned it to some friends, but he's like, you have the cadence for stand-up comedy. You have the cadence for it. And I'm like, what the fuck do you... Okay, fucking hippie. There's that. There's my friend Christina, because I mentioned it to her, too, but they're, like, both my friends like, do stand-up. You'd be great at it.
I was going to aim it towards you.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. No, you're good.
It's like, do stand-up. You're great at it. You'd be great at it, because you're just funny all the time and say fucked up shit. And I'm like... Okay, and I tell, like, Christina, and she's like, oh, my God, you'd be so good at that. Oh, my God, win. When's the mic? Where are you going to go? And I'm like, I don't know. I just said I was thinking about it. And she calls me on a Tuesday, which is the day of the mics. And she's like, hey, so the open mic starts at 6. The list comes out at 6:30. The show starts at 7. I'm coming to pick you up right now. Don't run away. And as soon as she said that, I'm like, I'm going to run away. So I grab my backpack, and I'm, like, leaving. But this bitch had a fucking hybrid car, so it was quiet. But she was just parked. She was already there, parked around the corner, because she knew I was going to run. But I'm, like, locking the door, and I'm like, stupid bitch, I'm going to go to the library. She'll never find me there. And then I turn around, and her car peeked up, and, like, she had time to, like, ninja style, like, just sit on the hood of her car with her cup of coffee. And she's like, I know you're trying to run. Get in. She's like, beep, beep. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. And she's like, we both know you don't like to run. It's all like, and my car's faster than you. But, like, I get in, and, like, I'm still sitting there, and she's like, how you feeling? Are you nervous? And I'm like, I don't want to do this. She's like, would you feel better if I bought you a shot? Can I have 2? And she's like, you can have as many as you like. And she's just calmly driving
The advice was great up until right there.
Yeah. Right, well, there was that. Oh, that was the other thing. I was so scared and nervous. And everybody that night had a really good set. And also, Flagstaff, it used to be a great room because my friend Davey was just great at producing the show. But, like, yeah, the first time we performed, I think there was, like, 40, 50 people in there.
Jesus.
Yeah, and they were laughing at everybody. And I'm like, I'm a nobody. Why am I doing these? These probably people get paid professionally for this because I didn't know shit about the stand-up world.
Right, yeah.
Like, I kind of knew. But, like, I assumed everybody in, like, Phoenix or a bigger scene because I'm from Flagstaff. It's like, I bet everybody in Phoenix is a paid comic who makes their living solely on that. I did not know. It's like, apparently we DoorDash for the first 10 years. Or work as store guys or bouncers or some shit. Or they're a drug dealer, that one guy. Or weeds their whole personality or whatever. But, yeah, no, so I went up and actually crushed it. And everybody's like, that was really your first time? I talked about the time I lost my virginity. And everybody was like, but the second, like, I was on stage and I had that microphone and I've got that first laugh. And I'm like, I never want to do anything else ever again. Like, it's like, I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. Like, even if I don't make money off of it. And, like, I stand by that. Like, it's cool. Like, granted, I had some success. But, like, if you told me tomorrow I'd never make another dime, it's like, yeah, I'm still going to do it. I like making people laugh.
Yeah.
And it's cool doing something, like, because stand-up comedy, like, one, I think it saved me. Like, because I'd just be, like, really sad, and then, like, there'd be somebody, and they'd, like, I remember, like, Cat Williams, like, helped me out of, like, one of my depressive episodes, because I was working at McDonald's, and he's talking about, it's like, if I worked at McDonald's, this is how I do it, and it's like, every day I'm hustling, like, it's one of the songs, it's like, that's my shit, it's like, I'm gonna be happy and dancing at McDonald's, and I'm like, heck, can be happy and stuff. But no, I just love comedy so much. Like, I just love laughing. And it's cool making people, like... It builds bridges. It's like... I don't know. It makes me feel less alone, knowing that there's other people who did fucked up shit. Like, I love Doug Stanhope. Like, I like all the broken bitches. It's all like... it's like a lot of my comedy people who have died. I miss Charlie Hill. Like, I liked all the old ones. And, like, a lot of people, I guess, don't know who he is, but he was a Native American comic who opened for Richard Pryor.
Well, he was the first Native American comic to play at the store, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
And, like, Richard Pryor vouched for him, and, no, and, like, I know, what's her name, Mabel, like, no, it's cool, like, learning all that shit, but, like, I know a lot of the older comics, but if, like, and I'll tell people this because I felt so dumb because I guess I'd meet famous people in Austin and not who the fuck they were.
Oh, shit.
Like, I was having a conversation with Sam Talent about shrooms, and I didn't know it was fucking Sam Talent. Like, it didn't register, but I had just read his book.
Yeah.
That another comic recommended to me and let me borrow, and I just read it. And what's funny is, like, I was getting sleepy. So I did my last bit of cocaine to finish reading that book, which the whole book is about a comic doing drugs and traveling on the road. But I'm like, I want to know what happens. But no, like, I'll straight up buy a Coke to clean my room sometimes. Like, I won't buy it, but I have friends. Pro tip, though, if you do cocaine, ladies and gentlemen, this is another drug tip. So if we get our drugs at Denny's, if we recall. But if you're a guy or a girl who looks like me, have your hot female friend buy the Coke. Give them the money. But drug dealers are horny motherfuckers. And they will hook it up for that bitch. It's like, you're pretty. It's all like, you know what? I just could give you an 8-ball. Came back and she's like, yeah, he just gave it to me. Here's your 40 back. Like, loopholes. And like one of my hot friends, like I told her, like, can you be the one who buys it? And she's like, why do I have to? And she's like, is this a setup? And I'm like, no, it's just, this doesn't sound bad, but you're hot. And he's going to give you more cocaine because you're hot. He doesn't do that for you? And I'm like, no. If he did, I would just buy the cocaine myself.
I'd make the trip.
Yeah.
How long were you in Flagstaff before you moved out? Or did you go to Austin after Flagstaff?
I went to Phoenix after Flagstaff.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Flagstaff, Arizona. And like this all happened when I was like 24 at that point. Oh, wait, how old am I? I was 26. I've been doing it for 10 years. I'm 33. Or not 10 years. I've been doing it for 9. Or it's going to be 9. I think I was like 26 or something like that. And I was scared shitless to move to Phoenix because it's all like, I'm a little fishy in a big ass, and now I'm going to a big ass ocean. It's like, I'm a small pond. It's like, I'm a little trash fish. It's like.
How did you see? It's funny you say that because that is for a little bit of time, a couple of years ago, I had this thought where I was like, I just started doing stand up and I was like, I'm still brand new to it. But I was like in the first few months, and I was like, dude, I like Albuquerque, but I've been here my whole life. I want to get the fuck out of here. Made the trip, and I was like, man, I really want to go to fucking Austin. Really want to go to Austin. And I spoke with one of my buddies. I spoke with Zach about it actually, and he's like, yeah, well, and he's one of the bigger comics here, and he was like, well, you know, I had the same thought you did. I was gonna leave to Denver, but things are growing here. Things are getting a lot more steady. We're getting more clubs. I'm waiting to see what happens. And that was like a year and a half ago that you told me that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
you
baby.
guys just got one, right?
We just got another one. Yeah, Hyenas. And so I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then the following May of last year, I went to Austin for the first time, and I saw like that giant ocean, and I was like, oh, fuck. These are all people that are probably better than me, and they think they're the shit.
Turns out, like, a lot of the open micers do suck because, like, it's kind of like LA, like how it is the new LA in the sense too. Like there's so much fucking talent that you'll just get lost in.
Exactly, that's my point.
But there's also a lot of shitty comics too.
Right, yeah.
Who think they're God's gift to comedy. Like my first thought when I did move to Phoenix and then I did comedy there for 7 years. Thought I was still good at it, or 6 years. Thought I was still good at it. So I decided, it's like, I'm going to go to Austin before it gets like oversaturated. And I was there for about 2 years. And like I did get my cool opportunities there. And yeah. And, like, I do love the Austin scene, but my heart belongs to Arizona. Yeah. And I miss Arizona. But, like, they have a decent amount of clubs and shit there. But I'm going to regroup, get a job, get my shit together. I might go back to Austin, but, like, and I was talking with Tyler about this yesterday. Like, I don't want to be, like, if I do make it, I don't want to be that bitch who has, like, a 15-bedroom house. So I'm going to get, like, 2 or 3 4-bedroom trailers and put them in the major, like, comedy hubs. So, like, have one in the Phoenix scene that I live at, one in Austin.
Smart.
Yeah, and then just put a comic I trust in charge. It's like, yo, you don't have to pay rent anymore, bitch. Just pay the utilities and let other comics stay there. If they're sketchy or they look like they're going to fuck up my shit, throw them out.
Yeah.
But that way comics can travel in and be like, because there's so many people who will move to Austin, sell all their shit, just go in their fucking van. And, like, what drives me nuts is, like, some of these people have never done comedy. It's like, I'm going to go to Austin. Joe Rogan's going to see me across the street. No, I have something and adopt me. That's the mentality. It's like, I'm going to walk in there. I'm going to get on Kill Tony and be famous. Every time I got pulled for a Kill Tony, I'm like, please let me do good. Please let me do good.
Well, I got to say, you have one of my favorites. I love Kill Tony, the show as it is, but, like, I love the wholesome moments.
Yeah.
Or it's like, fuck, yeah, that's cool, man. Like, that person's life just maybe didn't get changed, but that's a huge uplifting, like...
It is, and it did change. There's a lot of good, but there is some bad. Like, there's a lot of Kill Tony fans are fucking nuts. And, like, I'll get people, like, I got, like, a few messages, like, hey, I think you suck, and you're fat, and you need to lose weight, and you should probably kill yourself.
Jesus
Like, I get messages like that. Or, like, people message me all the time. It's like, oh, my God, I just watched your moment on Kill Tony. That was amazing. It was beautiful. I'm rooting for you. And I'm like, thank you. And then, like, some people, it's like, some people I'll have cool conversations with. It's like, I ain't doing shit. I'm just talking to a stranger in Toledo for like 5 hours.
Right, yeah.
And they're like, really? It's like, thanks for answering my questions. But then there's other people, it's like, yo, you rocked that on Kill Tony. It's like, thank you. There's a picture of my dick. I like fat bitches.
Jesus
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
You took a hard left there, didn't you, buddy? And I'm like, dude, so many. And there's like one dude who has to fuck my fat rolls. And I'm like, I guess. And one guy's like, I want you to step on my nuts. And I'm like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. And he's like, what if I paid you? And I'm like, I'm going to need the money up front. But I have that option in Seattle.
Of course it's in fucking Seattle. Yeah. Those fucking dorks. Oh my God. Where did you end up performing with Roseanne?
Just Fort Myers. Like, cool. I know she said 6 shows, but it was always only 4 shows. But she's like, since it's all spread out, would you be okay missing the second show? And then do the last 2. It's like, yeah, that's fine. But we were smoking weed, and I thought I misunderstood her because, like, her people got back to me, and they're like, hey, like I asked like the week before the show, it's like, I haven't gotten any information about the show. It's like, are we still doing it? It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you understood this was a one-time thing. And I'm like, oh, my bad. And I felt so dumb. And then the day the show was supposed to be, her son messages me. It's like, yeah, my mom's pissed off that you're not here. She cussed everybody out. And I'm like, Roseanne yelled at somebody for me. Also in my head, like the whole time I was with her, and I'm like, don't call her mom, don't call her mom, don't call her mom, don't call her mom. It's all like, no, like she talked to me and she said like, she'd say like really nice and sweet things to me. Like, she's like, yeah, she's like, you're good. And she's like, and you're like a shaman. I like the way you think. I'm like, thanks, Mom. I didn't say it, but I was thinking it's like, don't call her mom, don't call her. It's like, thanks, Roseanne.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And also she, as a class act, she paid me for all those shows, even though I didn't do it. Like her son, it's like, yeah, we're still supposed to pay you. And it's like, but I didn't do shit. I don't want to get paid for doing nothing. He's like, it's free money. Just take the money and run. And then, like, I do have a friend who, like, is just so good at pissing all the comics in the world off. But he burned a lot of bridges. But, like, he's, like, he gave me that advice. And he's like, hey, it's like, when somebody gives you money, Celia, don't say, I feel bad. Just take the money and say thank you. They want to support your craft. They do that. Because, like, he saw me arguing about it. Like, arguing with somebody else about it. He's like, Celia, take the money. Say thank you. Thank you. And she's like, they want to support you. He's like, they want to support you. It's like, okay. But, yeah, no. That was, like, solid advice, but I still feel bad.
How do you go about... Because
like, eating all his fucking food.
Because this is something that I've thinking about a lot recently. How do you go about, like... Because there's things... Because, like, everything you... All the stories you just told in the beginning, you know, they're obviously very funny in conversation. But then I think about, like, well, it's like... How do they even translate to a set? Do they even, like... Can they be stage funny? Like, how do you... Because everyone writes differently. But, like, what is it about situational stuff that kind of clicks out to you? It's like, oh, it's like I can recognize it, especially like in the earlier years where you're like, what the fuck is funny?
Like, I've always just had a really dark humor. Like, when I was younger, I liked the people who said crazy shit. So, like, yeah, I was a Stanhope fan. I do love Cat Williams, but like, I like Jim Gaffigan, and I love what's his name, the dude with the puppets, Jeff Dunham or whatever.
Jeff Dunham, yeah. And
like, I do like the blue collar comedy guys and stuff, but like, I like the fucked up shit. Like, I miss Sean Rouse. He has a great bit about being a boy prostitute in Asia during a tsunami.
Jesus Christ.
That's beautiful. I'll actually make you listen to it after this.
Jesus. Yeah, I'll save it for later. Who is that?
Sean Rouse, like SeanRous, and just type tsunami.
It came up, yeah.
Yeah. But like, I fucking love that bit so much.
Oh shit, okay, yeah, I'm saving this for later.
Yeah. It's only like 3 minutes long. But like, he just says the crazy shit. I'm like, fuck yeah. I do like Stephen Wright. Like, I do like clever comedy too. Like, I don't like the stand-up like monologues that like most show hosts. Like, I liked Craig Ferguson. Craig Ferguson actually has great stand-up comedy too.
Yeah, he used to do stand-up.
Yeah. No, he has like 4 specials and they're all really good. And every time he's like, I'll get to the joke in a minute. And then he'll tell all these stories and then he'll tell a shitty street joke at the end of his set. But, he has such, dude, like, also one of my favorite things to watch is, like, him and Billy Connolly, who, like, I absolutely fucking adore Billy Connolly. Like, I tried to get a tattoo, the same tattoo as him, and, like, I showed it to him, and he's like, what fucking tattoo? But it disappeared after 3 weeks, because my friend was, like, new to tattooing. But, like, I'll try and get it done, but... Like, Tyler was telling me, it's really hard to keep it, like, on your palms or the blade of your hand.
Well,
like,
yeah, because the ink is...
But it disappeared after 3 weeks.
Because from what I understand, I am not a tattoo expert. I just have friends that are tattoo artists. What they've explained to me is, like, all the stuff, like, when you start getting into where that skin is super thin, it's hard for the ink to catch in the first place. But then that's where you lose most of your skin anyway.
Yeah.
And so all of that just
with, like,
kind of...
tan washing and, like, shit scraping off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just terrified. All those fucking nerve endings.
Oh, no, this was probably the most painful one.
Yeah,
and it happened fast. I'm going to get somebody else to do it again, but...
Also, I like it because it's like...
I love tattoos because it's like... socially acceptable self-harm. It's all like, I want to feel pain, but if I start cutting into myself with a box cutter again, people are going to be worried. It's like, this is art. It's like, what I was doing is just trauma. Like, it's been a long time since I've done that. But also, like, I don't have too many scars. Like, that's, like, the biggest one. And I was just having a bad day, and I saw a piece of barbed wire hanging off the fence, and I'm like, yes, daddy.
Oh, fuck me.
And, like, one time, like, because I'll have moments, and I'm like, I don't know what it is, and I know it's not healthy, but it feels so good. Like, I love it so much. But, no, like, what I do is I'd, like, just lightly cut, and, like, okay, that's the most recent one I did, and that was forever ago. But, like, all my scars end up disappearing because I used to have, like, a fuck ton more. But, like, they're faint because I go, like, real light with a box cutter, and then I just pour rubbing alcohol on it next.
Fuck.
So I get the pain, and it's sanitary. And it's all like, yeah, come to mama. It's all like, stab, stab, stab.
Well, I'm glad you haven't done that recently.
Yeah, no, I think that one's from, like, 11 months ago. So, not that recent. Like, I go through phases now.
Yeah.
One time I straight up broke my pipe because I needed something, and I'm like, I don't have a knife. And I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I don't deserve to be happy. Smashed my pipe against the ground and started cutting myself with that.
Has if you're comfortable talking about it, has stuff like therapy or anything like that? Does that help you?
No, I do therapy. Or? Like, it does help. I wish I had health insurance, and I do stay on my meds, and I'm glad the price of my mood stabilizers went down. So I do that. Shit, the ones I have right now are 20 milligrams. So I need to cut them in half. That's what I forgot to do yesterday. But, no, therapy, like, I do have bipolar disorder, and I do have unhealthy thoughts, and, like, I think more people should talk about that shit, and that's also why I talk about that shit in my sets, like my suicide attempts, and I'm like, I know I'm not the only motherfucker who's done shit like this. And the people who laugh the hardest, like, went through it.
Right, yeah.
But the people who get mad at you are the ones that the person, like, I got comedy canceled I got Don't Tell canceled in Mississippi. Because there's, like, eight comments about how somebody in the audience's son had just killed themselves, but they didn't say anything. And also, anybody who knows me, I get into my suicide shit, like, I got into it 3 minutes in, and I did a 45-minute set, but half of it was talking about shit like that. And people were laughing, but they could have gotten up at any point. It's like, hey, you stupid bitch, one of our own killed themselves, or they could have, like, just got up and left.
Yeah.
Oh, and one guy's comment
option.
is like, I would have left, but I didn't want that girl's death on my hands. And I'm like, two's too many. But no, like, I'll get mad. It's like, you guys could have done that. It's like, you just sat there and listened to it. And, like, I'm sorry it upset you, but, like, you could have said something. You could have done this. You waited until the end, and, like, it was my friend who was getting to do that. Like, well, it's on pause or whatever. But no, fuck those people. It's like, maybe if you guys actually spoke up and talked, your son wouldn't have fucking killed himself. Oh. Like, I'm just saying. It's like, when I killed myself, I tried to tell my family I was sad. And I'm like, Mom, I think I might be depressed. And she's like, you're too sarcastic to be depressed. Be real. And then I told my sister, it's like, it's kind of just a phase. And I'm like, I've been feeling like this for like 9 months now. And I kind of just want to die.
How old were you at that point?
At that point, I was like maybe 19. 20, or no, I think it was like 21, 22. Somewhere in there. But like, I struggled with it, and I'd get sad, but I'd keep it to myself. Because like, I was the one who had to be strong for everybody all the time. And like, I was supposed to be the successful one for whatever reason. Something about me reading books. But, no, I did try and talk to my family about it, and then afterwards I was just, like, embarrassed, and, like, when I did try and kill myself, like, I didn't tell them. And, like, well, one time, like, I was going to a bridge to jump off, and, like, my mom calls me while I'm, like, getting ready to climb on the outside of the bridge, and I was just going to jump, like, before a diesel came, and then I was, like, finish the job, and I'm like, from this height, that should break my legs or my neck, and then the truck will finish the job. I can't do this in front of a Prius, I'll fuck. But, no, but, like, as I'm crawling there and I'm just, like, sitting there, like, my mom calls and I'm like, what the fuck? So I answer and she's like, hey, baby bear, I'm having a bad day. Can we talk? Yeah. What's up, Mom? She's like, well, it's just that bitch is doing this. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, what's that sound? And I'm like, I went for a walk near the bridge. Can I call you back, Mom? I'm going to go through, like, and I'm like, you know, that little hilly part? I'm like, can I call you back in, like, a few minutes? And she's like, yeah. So I turned off my phone, put it in my pocket, and then I got off the bridge.
Did she know that was...
She has no idea about that one.
No idea.
And, no, for the other one, and, like, yeah. Like, she kind of knew. Like, I didn't tell her all the details, but, like, I said I was sad, and then, like, out of all the people, it was, like, one of the managers at McDonald's. Like, I called her, and, like, I didn't know what to do because I knew I had to go to work and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, and, like, my boss was Mexican, like, I didn't think he'd understand, so I called the white lady, and I'm like, I kind of just don't want to be around. I want to be dead. I want to be dead. I don't want to go into work tomorrow, and I know I need my job and everything, but I don't want to get out of bed. And I just start, like, crying, like, bawling, and, like, I talked to the suicide hotline, too, like, a couple times, but I'm just, like, I couldn't talk to my family about it, and I tried, and then when I did try and do it, they all got fucking mad at me, and then, like, actually, a lot of my members of my family stopped talking to me in general. And, like, I didn't feel really any support. And also, like, when I did take the week off, like, my brother did show up. And he comes and sits next. He's all like, are you okay? Because, like, I'm like, please don't tell David, because my brother worked at that, too. But, like, he's all like, did you get hurt? What's going on? And I did tell him. And he's like, it's okay, I get sad too. And I'm like, really? I'm like, it's just happening more and more. And I talk to him, and I'm like, don't tell Mom or Sarah. And he's like, I'm not going to tell them anything. But, yeah, it does kind of suck when you don't have your family to go to, but you're there for them. And then when you need them and you try and talk to them, they all fucking walk away because they have bigger problems. And, like, stupid fucking shit. Like, they told me it's like I wasn't really depressed or sad. I just did something to piss God off. Or, like, they had these crazy, it's like, you're just a sinner and you're being punished for that. It's like there's people with real problems in the world, Celia, and the fact that you'd waste our time with shit like this, there's a lot of mean things said.
Yeah, well, that's... Because I definitely had my...
And they didn't support me doing comedy at all.
Yeah, well, because I definitely had my my bouts with it. Because it's a weird thing to explain to people that, because, well, first of all, you're not in the mindset or the headspace to be able to explain something like that. And then...
And you get, like, the sense of failure.
Yeah.
And shame.
And the people that respond like that clearly have never experienced it or been around people that have experienced it. So it's a challenge to, even if you're going to explain it, it's a challenge to explain it to people like this. It's not a tangible thing. Like, there is a medical term for a type of headspace like that, and it's called the Jesus Christ. Sorry, it's called the sense of impending doom.
Yeah,
and usually it's brought on by, like, bad reaction to medications.
Yeah.
Psychedelics can bring that on. I mean, that's why
psychedelics always help me.
That's why,
actually,
because psychedelics helped me a good amount until they didn't, and I was like, okay, I guess my relationship with mushrooms are done, which I was perfectly fine with.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a challenge to be able to explain that to people that don't really understand it or haven't experienced it. It's a
and I was ashamed, like, and I was telling people, like, I did something wrong because I did get committed later and that's how I found out I was bipolar. Right. So I get too happy, too.
Right.
Which can also lead into death, because when you're manic, you think you're capable of anything.
Right.
And, like, I forgot what I was telling, but I was, like, I thought I was Jesus Christ, a killer whale, and, like, somebody from the Lord of the Rings. And I had all the answers, but I was, like, purely... Like, and the way I explained it to my brother, he's like, that sounds like you're, like, being on meth or on drugs. But everybody's like, yeah, we thought you were on drugs and stuff. No, my brain just, like, went into overdrive, and I had the answers, and I'm like, it's all so simple. But, like, that fucked with me a lot, too, because I got locked up involuntarily. Well, like, I did go in voluntarily, but I got Title 36, and that's where you're required by law to be in a psych facility for minimum 72 business days. Or not 72, 72 hours. But it's only business days, so they don't count Saturday and Friday for a lot of... And you have to wait for a judge to sign it. And I never met the fucking judge. He's just like, is she acting right? And the doctor's like, yeah. It's like, okay. But I thought I was being punished. Like, it dawned on me, it's like, I've actually been pretty sad and miserable most of my life. I just, like, I was always, like, escaping through books. Like, I wasn't happy with my situation. And I just focused on, like, I did a lot of volunteer work. I just thought if I could help people and make the world better, if I learned enough, I could make the world better, and then my mom wouldn't be sad, my dad wouldn't be sad, or if I was good enough, God would help my dad stop drinking and doing drugs. like, it was always, like, for other people, and then I just kind of fell apart.
Right. Well, carrying stuff like that for a long time will eat at you. So, and it's a slow process that it does. Now, granted, obviously there are people that will have, big traumatic events happen in their life that just spark something. But for the most part, from at least what I've seen and heard, it's a slow process that continues on over a long period of time. Yeah. And then, like you're just outlining, that's how exactly that was for me. Like I didn't realize, like I just thought that being fatigued all the time, having suicidal thoughts, all that because I remember experiencing that for the first time when I was like 10, 11, give or take. And then
like you really don't want to, and it feels like everything's too much, like getting up. Just getting out of bed.
Well, I thought it was normal. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was completely normal, and then I ended up going overseas on a deployment, and that was my breaking point. And that was due to the what's it called, the part of the world that we went to, big outbreaks of malaria over there. So they give you anti-malarial meds, and it was funny. One of the guys in our unit, because I was in the Guard, so you have this weird hodgepodge of like guys like me who are like early 20s, they just want to go to college or try the military, whatever. And then you have these dudes that like used to be active duty. And
that is my favorite thing to yell playing Call of Duty. Like when our team's losing and I'm like, I just wanted to pay for school. It makes my brother laugh.
But yeah, guys coming in that used to be like active duty and everything from like regular army to like special forces and all this crazy shit. And this guy he used to be a Green Beret. He brought us all aside, all the new guys. He's like, all you guys never been overseas, right? I'm like, no. He's like, okay, they're gonna give you this medication. Now it's very rare that it happens, but if you experience any of this, you need to tell somebody fast because you're gonna be a part of this like very minority in the military that experiences this shit, but it can get bad real quick. And I happen to be a part of that. And I went and ended up seeing a shrink when I was overseas. Yeah. And I just started like talking about things I thought were normal. She was just sitting there fucking wide-eyed. She's like, yeah, we need to dive into this a little bit. And then by the end, it was like, oh, shit, yeah, none of this shit normal. And then it's funny you bring up the mania thing because when I ended up getting on, it was a low-ish dosage of antidepressants that I got on.
They fucked me up with drugs.
See, and the ones that I'm very thankful that the one that I got put on actually helped, but the doc was like, does your shit have a fucking UFO on it? That's hilarious.
It does.
That's hilarious. That's funny. He was like, hey, man, it is our suggestion that because a side effect of this medication is manic episodes. Okay. So tell a couple of close people in your life, if you have them, that, you're on these medications, and if you start acting a little loopy, that they tell you.
Well, I tell people, like, I understand bipolar more now, but, like, dude, the place that I got my involuntary, like, fuck the guidance center in Flagstaff, Arizona, you're all a bunch of pill-popping, pushing sons of bitches. Well, the doctor was cool. And, like, the behavioral techs, like, some of them. But, like, this one guy, he's like, yeah, you have to be on this all the time. And he's like, what you feel isn't real. Your emotions aren't real. Like, he explained it badly to me. Yeah. Like, it's one thing if I feel happy for no reason. Or, like, just get a lot of energy out of nowhere. Like, that's a sign of mania. And shit like that. Or, like, when I start to get sad. But, like, I have my safety plan. So, I've done, I want to say 4 tours of the psych ward. Yeah, 4. 1 in Austin. The first one is involuntary. The last 3 were voluntary for suicidal thoughts. And, like, normally, like, I know if I start cutting, like... It's like, yeah, I should probably do that. And, like, I went through a phase where I just burned my legs with cigarettes and shit.
So what do you do now to help, before we wrap up, like, what do you do to, like, help mitigate when you do feel, let's just say extreme emotions, positive or negative? What do you do now to help, like, mitigate all that kind of stuff?
Like, I have my mood journal and, like, talking to people and having a good support system. But also, you can't put all that shit on one person or one friend, especially if they're not used to that. And I learned that. And I'm cool with my brother and my sister now, too. And, like, it helps, like, learning and reading about it, but there's, like, not a cure for bipolar. They don't know if it's genetic or trauma-induced, because I have PTSD from my childhood, which I didn't know. And then it sucks every time I get a new therapist. I have to break them in and tell them all the stories. And I'm like, and I talk about this with normal people. And, like, I'd say shit like that, but, like, I have a way of, like, I guess saying it, like, no, like, stand-up comedy will help, like, reading books, but, like, self-care days, like, sometimes it's good to just, like, turn off your phone for, like, 2 hours and just sit down and color and watch your favorite movie.
The silence when you are away from your phone
Yeah.
is...
Because you're just getting fucking lambasted
Yeah.
with fucking, like, just bombarded all day with crazy shit on the internet.
Just the most unnatural dopamine hits ever. Because our brain is not meant to deal... Our brain is not meant to deal with computer screens.
Yeah.
That's still a dopamine hit. And I
Yeah.
mean, for my job, I sit in front of a computer screen all day. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I think that's part of the reason why I got so big into podcasting, is because with the rare exception I have to look something up on my phone.
Yeah. It's a conversation,
I'm not dealing with it. There's no weird, like, external stimuli except for a giant fucking light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that stepping away from just screens in general is you don't understand how beneficial that can be until you actually do it. You're like,
Yeah. But also, like, making myself get out of the house, like, when I feel sad and want to hide away, like, I'll have to make myself go out and, like, hit a mic or, like, go, and, like, comedy does help me, too. But, no, it's, like, I can't just, like, if I'm just staying in the house for 3 days at a time, not doing anything, I'm only getting up to pee.
yeah.
And, like, I'm not proud of it, but there's been some times where it's, like, okay, and I just, like, pee myself in the bed because I didn't want to get up because it just seemed too fucking hard.
Yeah.
But that happens to people, and like now I talk about that shit like on stage, the suicide attempts and all that, because people don't talk about it. And like again, I thought, oh, did something wrong, or I should be ashamed, or like everybody's goes like, oh, she's bipolar, she's crazy. Yeah, and there are unfortunately, like, there's people with severe bipolar who say like crazy shit. Like, I can manage, but like I'll tell people, it's like, am I talking too fast? Am I making sense when I think I'm manic? Like, it's like, am I making sense? It's like I keep going off on tangents, and I'm like, and we're like, you're talking faster and louder than normal. It's like, okay. And I'm like, well, I have like this burst of energy, but like for both mania and depression, actually walking is good for you.
Yeah.
Like exercise, and like I'll play with my sword because like it's not like, yeah, I'm a ninja. But like, yeah, listening to music, like, but like sitting back and relaxing or hanging out with people you trust. But like, no, I have a lot of people I can call. It's like, so I might be sad now, and because I do talk about it, like I have like people like all in Arizona, and like it's weird. I got the support and like family from comedy.
Yeah.
And like my family, like my brother and sister support me. 2 of them do support me doing comedy now. But when I moved down to Phoenix, they're like, okay, whatever. It's like, you guys don't, like, should I stop by and say bye? Or, I'm like, no. Like, my brother and his wife and my sister and her son, they did go to Celebrity Theater to watch me for the Kill Tony thing. But, I did invite more friends and family members. And, like, when I asked them, like, when Tony said, it's like, I want them to see you, like, I almost didn't want to ask them. Because I knew most of them were going to say no, and I was right. But, like, both my sister and my brother, they basically gave me a soft no when I first asked. And also when I told my sister, it's like, so I get to open for Roseanne and stuff? And she's like, are you drunk? And I'm like, yeah, but... And I'm like, no, not yet, because I was doing Kill Tony. And she's like, what's that? And I'm like, remember I told you I was on that show before in Arizona, and I got to open for him? He's a comic. He does roasts and stuff. And she's like, yeah, I don't know who the fuck that faggot is. And I'm like, well, he sounds gay, but, like, I'm trying to explain it. And it's like, is he gay? And I'm like, he says he isn't. It's like, I believe the man. Actually, I have a bet with Roseanne about that. But, no, so it did mean a lot when they did show up, but, like, it hurt when they said no. And it's all like, you know, it's one thing, like, you weren't there when I was in a bad place and, like, save yourself shit. But, like, you can't be there for me with the good moments even, and that made me feel like a fucking piece of shit. And, like, I called my friends crying, and I'm like, they're not gonna come. And, because my brother's like, well, I have to see if I can find a babysitter. And I'm like, it's for one night. He's like, you know, I don't like to drive. It's because Flagstaff's 2 hours away. And I'm like, it's like, dude, if you don't want to come, just say you don't want to come. He's like, well, it's not that I don't want to, it's just I don't like leaving the house and stuff. And I'm like, you know what, you're right, I'm sorry I asked. And I, like, asked my sister. And she's like, well, you know I don't like to travel either. But, like, when it dawned on her, like, it did dawn on them, and, like, my brother did, he was, like, I found out a week before my brother was coming, and when he said he was coming, I just burst into tears, crying, and he's like, what? Like, I really wanted you to be there, and I didn't think you were gonna come. Like, I fell apart, like, ugh. But my brother and I got mad because they didn't go to my show in Flagstaff the last time I was there, like, last year. And both of them are 5 minutes away from where the show was at, driving.
Yeah.
And it's like, seriously? You couldn't come out for that. Like, I get one day when there was a snowstorm, or, like, 2 of the shows I've done. But, like, when I'm in Flagstaff, it's like, should I come by and visit? Like, we do talk and stuff. My sister, she is autistic, and she does like sticking to herself. And my brother has 5 kids. He's just distracted all the time. But, like, it'll be like, hey, you guys, and, like, I don't get hugs or anything, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like, gonna say hi. It's like, should I just go? It's like, hold on. Walks to the room, falls asleep. And I'm, like, just standing there. It's like, what the fuck? You told me to hold on. It's like, oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, no, you can stay. Well, I know that I'm staying the night here. We discussed that already. And he's like, yeah, no, I do love, like, there has been good times when he was there for me. Like, it was funny because I do have a joke about when he walked in on me cutting. Because, like, he just opens the door and sees me there with my box cutter. And he's like, oh. And then he just closed the door.
Jesus.
And then I'm like, well, that kind of killed the moment, but we'll get back into it. So I start to cut again. And then I just hear, like, knocking. And he's like, are you still doing it? Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He's like, can you stop for a minute? I need to ask you something. It's like, okay. So I, like, throw a blanket over and I'm like, what's up? And he's like, I was thinking about ordering a pizza. Wanted to know if you wanted to go halvesies on it. I'm like, that's what you want to ask me right now? He's like, well, I didn't know you were doing this shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but he ends up, it's like, could you just not do this till after we eat? And also, why are you cutting at angles? And I'm like, I was trying to make a fan pattern. But, like, we just sit down, he just, like, looks at it, absorbs it, and he's like, all right, and just sits down next to me, and we, like, ate pepperoni and jalapeno. It's like, if you don't do this after, we can watch Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, okay.
Jesus. Well, I'm glad that you have, how I put, like, things in place.
Yeah.
To help mitigate stuff like that. That's good.
Yeah, I do have the safety plans. And I'll tell people when I'm going into the psych ward, but, like, when I'm actually, it's like, yeah, I'm thinking about killing myself, so I know I need to do this X, Y, and Z. But, like, because one of the times I went to the psych ward, like, nobody knew, and everybody was freaking out. It's like, where's Celia? Where's Celia? And I'm like, oh, shit, people care about me now. It's like, damn. But, no. And then I got mad because my sister ended up going to the psych ward, and I was, like, there and talked to her for that. But, like, I'll be in the psych ward, and it's like, can I talk to you, or can I call? It's like, should I put you on the list? And she's like, okay, yeah, if something bad happens, like, if you want to make me your power of attorney, I'm like, no, I do not.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's like, I just meant, like, if I died, you want to know about it. It's like, that's all I'm fucking asking. But, or, like, I'll tell them, because then they'll, like, reach out. It's like, where were you? It's like, you didn't answer. You always answer. Oh, and then they got mad at that, too, because I'm the person who reaches out to everybody. So when they call me, I just automatically assume somebody fucking died or got arrested. It's like, what happened? It's like, I just wanted to say hi. And I'm like, really? Like, yeah. Did you mean to call me? Shit like that.
Yeah.
No. Like, I do love my siblings and stuff, but most of them are trash. One of them said she was washing her hair that night, and she couldn't go for that reason. And I'm like, you're washing your hair November 17th, specifically. It's like, you can't do that the day before. It's like, so, you know, I think stand-up comedy's stupid.
Oh, Jesus. Well, he should have led with that, I guess.
Yeah, well, I did know, and I remember one time I was at my other sister, Catherine's house, and she's like, I hate stand-up comedy, because her husband was like, we should go support her and, like, watch her do it. And she's like, no, I hate it. I hate stand-up comics. And I'm like, oh, should I leave? And she's like, why? You're not a real one. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, there it is.
Just like, the women in my family are very skilled at just saying something that makes you want to crawl into the earth and just fucking die. It's all like, I have 4 brothers, 4 sisters. I would rather get in a fist fight with all 4 brothers at once than, like, talk to one of my sisters when they're in toxico mode or whatever. But, yeah, no, they'll say shit like that. And one of them, it's like, I wouldn't go to your funeral because it's a waste of gas money. Why would I go see you 2 hours away?
Jesus Christ.
It's like, okay, thanks. And now they're mad because, like, I do have a team. It's like, you need to stop talking about us and using our names. We're gonna sue you for slander or libel. It's like, it's not slander or libel if it's true, bitch. But then they'll be like, you're embarrassing the family. Like, no, y'all embarrass the family. I'm just letting people know what's up.
Yeah, you're just speaking to experience.
It's like, nobody told you to fuck your biological father, bitch.
Ooh,
That's on
there
you.
it is.
Yeah, I got a crazy ass family.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then I'm told, like, I do get that a lot. Like, I'll be telling people stories, and then I'll, like, just mention that. And people, like, there's a comic named John Carter. He's like, you know, everything, I believe everything Celia says.
Yeah.
She just drops shit on you.
I think he was just in town, actually, funny enough.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I love John.
Yeah, but, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do believe everything that you just said. Over the last, hour and a half? Yeah, I believe all of it.
All right, and you're trying, like, we're trying to wrap up. Sorry.
No, you're good. No, you're good. That's the beauty of long form podcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but best of luck on your. Because how long are you still in town for?
I think me and Eunice are leaving on Monday.
On Monday, sweet. Oh yeah, where are you headlining at on Saturday?
Shit, what's it called? The Red Gorilla Room or Studio? Red Gorilla Studio.
Where the fuck is that?
I think it's. Is it kind of where you're at?
Oh no, I know exactly where that's at. Yeah, I know,
It's Jeffrey Featherstone.
I don't know who that is, but I know I have an idea of where that's at.
There you go.
Okay, that'll be cool. I know they're doing stand-up shows there. That's usually like a.
Do you want a guest spot?
I would love one, but I am hosting a 420 show downtown.
Yay.
It's gonna be interesting. The only reason I said yes, well, there's a few reasons I said yes. It's a music.
swag bags.
It's
Just kidding.
yeah. It's a music show, and two of the bands on there are some of my like closest friends, like in like the entertainment stuff here. And then the company that used to sponsor me is putting it on. I still have a good relationship with them. And it's at fucking Launchpad, which is a really cool local venue. And
Nice.
I've always wanted to be on that stage, but I'll never do it because I'm not a musician. So when the guy running the show, who's like the leader of the main band, he's like, "Hey man, we want you to host this fucking show." I was like, "Yeah, I'll do that."
Fuck yeah. Nice.
And they should be paying me well.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
If you don't, I'm going to blast you on my podcast.
And
Just
right,
kidding.
like,
Just kidding.
please. This will come out after the show, but please pay me well. Hopefully they did. Anyway, best of luck getting back to fucking Arizona, dude.
Thank you.
And then I hope the show goes well. Let me
I
know.
hope so too.
That's awesome. Who's on it? Do you know?
Got Tyler on it, Will Conway. Shit, who else did I ask to be on it? Cardo.
Sick. He's good.
Yeah. No,
Cardo's
I liked
good.
Cardo. And he wasn't sure if he could do it, but so far I just have those two. And then I'm like, well, I trust your judgment. And there's a guy, I think his name Royal.
Royal Wood. He's
Yeah.
cool too. Good guy.
Yeah, he's
Funny
on
guy.
it.
Yeah, he's good.
But yeah, they got excited and they're like, we're going to set up a show for you. And I'm like, okay.
Nice. Good shit. Well, I hope it goes well. Let me know.
Nice.
Yeah, now it's ready. They just sent me the flyer.
Sweet. All right. Look at that. Good shit, man. If you text me that night, I will be blazed out of my mind, so I'll text you back in the morning. But yeah, let me know how that goes, dude. That's fucking awesome. Thank you for coming and doing this.
Fuck yeah.
This has
No,
been
it
a
was
lot of fun. No, yeah, I appreciate the authenticity. That's awesome. Seriously, like the transparency and everything. That's
Yeah, it's been a long time since
good.
I actually teared up about that. I must be in my feelings. Like, oh, that's why. Okay.
yeah. Well, I
Women stuff.
Well, I appreciate you coming and doing this. If you listen to this podcast, you probably already follow her. But where can people find you on social media and all that stuff?
My YouTube, just type in Celia Contreras Comedy and I'll pop up. It's like my face is a little Day of the Dead logo.
Nice.
And that's my shirt merch too. And for Instagram, it's Celia_A_Graham. So CELIA. And then Graham, like a gram of weed.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I made it when I was a drug dealer. It was a very short-lived career. But,
Well, I'm glad the comedy treated you better than that did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you for coming and doing this. Thank you for coming and sitting in, giving her a ride. That's awesome, man. Thank you very
appreciate
much. Thank you, everyone, for listening and watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the podcast. If you like what you've seen here, please share it with as many people as possible. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcasts. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. It really does help out the podcast. And if you're feeling extra generous, feel free to subscribe to our Patreon, which I have coming soon.